The first call lasted 6 seconds. No one spoke. The dispatcher answered twice. Nothing, just breathing. Slow, steady. Then the line disconnected. Police traced the call to a house on the edge of town. The owners answered the door, confused. An elderly couple. They'd been asleep for hours. They invited officers inside. Nothing was out of place. The officers apologized and left. A week later, another silent 911 call came in. Same breathing, same 6 seconds. This time, it traced to an apartment downtown. Police forced entry after no one answered. Inside, they found the tenant dead. The medical examiner ruled it a homicide. His phone was missing. The case made local headlines, but detectives couldn't connect it to the first call. Until a third silent call came in. Different address, different victim, same breathing, same 6 seconds. Again, the victim's phone was gone. Investigators realized something chilling. Every 911 call came before the bodies were discovered. Someone wanted the police to find them, but not fast enough to save them. Detectives formed a task force. The calls were analyzed. The breathing never changed. Same rhythm, same pauses. Experts concluded it was almost certainly the same person every time. Then came the fourth call. This time, the dispatcher noticed something she'd missed before. In the background, a clock. It chimed once, not digitally, an old grandfather clock. The sound was unusually distinctive. Detectives spent weeks comparing recordings from antique clock collectors, museums, even churches. Finally, one expert identified the manufacturer. Only a few hundred of those clocks had ever been made. The search narrowed to 12 homes in the county. Police visited every one. Nothing. Months passed. Then a fifth victim disappeared. This time, officers reached the address just 4 minutes after the silent call. The front door was unlocked. Lights were on. Dinner sat untouched on the kitchen table. The television was still playing. Police, an officer shouted. No answer. They searched every room. Empty. Then one officer noticed something strange. The house was silent. Too silent. No refrigerator humming. No air conditioner. No ticking clocks. Nothing. The power had been shut off from the breaker. Yet, they had all heard the television when they entered. They rushed back to the living room. The screen was black, cold to the touch. No electricity. The sound had stopped. The victim was found the next morning in a drainage canal nearly 15 miles away. Her phone was never recovered. The investigation stalled again. Years went by. No arrests. No suspects. The silent calls stopped. Then, on the 10th anniversary of the first murder, a newly hired dispatcher answered a late-night 911 call. She greeted the caller. No response. Just breathing. She immediately recognized the case from academy training. She signaled another dispatcher to begin tracing the call. As she listened, she heard something new. Very quietly, a child's music box. The same melody repeated twice. Then a man's voice whispered only 4 words. Not to the dispatcher, to whoever was standing beside him. She's listening again. The line went dead. Police traced the call. It originated from an empty field where a farmhouse had burned down more than 20 years earlier. There was nothing there. No buildings. No power. No phone lines. No one. The call has never been explained. The murders remain unsolved. Today, every new dispatcher in that county listens to the recordings during training. Not because they think they'll solve the case, but because of what every dispatcher notices eventually. The breathing never changes. Not once. Across 10 years, it never gets older. It never gets faster. It never shakes. It sounds exactly the same, as if the person making the calls has been taking the same slow breath for 10 straight years.